Let's get this right? If I say go, you go. All right.
Today I'm joined by Bart Hennephof, guitarist, songwriter, producer, educator, and founding member of the progressive metal band Textures, a band widely respected for its innovative approach to rhythm, groove, atmosphere, and modern progressive metal. Bart also created Creative Rhythm through Creative Music Lab, a really unique approach to rhythm guitar and musical development that explores rhythm, not just technically, but creatively and conceptually as well. Rhythm is one of those things musicians feel instinctively, but very few people can actually explain it deeply. And that's a big part of what makes this conversation so interesting to me. Bart, thanks once again. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me today. How you doing, bud?
Thanks, John. It's a pleasure, really.
I became aware of your Creative Rhythm course from Andy James. You know, I got the opportunity to check you out through his course, and I mean, he's an amazing lead guitarist. And for him to include you to explain rhythm, I mean, that was a perfect combination between the two of you, because he's probably one of the best guitarists of the day. And
yes, he's sick.
Yeah, as far as lead guitar goes. And he definitely introduced me through his website to one of the best teachers when it comes to creative rhythm, which is you. So, dude, I scoped out your course, man, and it rocks, man. So I'm hoping that this will actually make other people aware of what you offer and check you out, because it's highly recommended.
Thanks,
Andy
man.
James, you know, one of the best guitarists of the day from Five Finger Death Punch, recommended you. So obviously people backing you up that are credible. So Bart, one of the things I appreciate about your approach is that rhythm isn't presented as just mechanics or mathematics. There's a much deeper creative philosophy underneath it. At what point did rhythm become something you started thinking about conceptually instead of simply technically?
Yeah, good question. Well, we started Textures in 2001. And was mostly me and the drummer, Steph. We were in a band before Textures, even from 1995, 1996. We did some shows with that band, and we already noticed that we had a good chemistry and we could play crazy rhythms together. That former band was not that technical, but yeah, some parts were there, and we were like, hey, there should be something that we can start something that makes this technical side a bit more interesting.
Yeah, and unique.
Yeah. So from the beginning of Textures already, we were experimenting with different rhythms and make that more special. And sort of my view on it is, of course, we were fans of Meshuggah back in the day. That's, I think, the band that shook our world. Like, oh, okay, this is how you can be creative with rhythm in a different way. Also low tunings. So that I liked so much, but I also liked the old side of Meshuggah a lot. They had weird rhythms, but they built chord progressions on top of those rhythms, and they played with ambience. Nowadays, Meshuggah is less ambient, just a bit, and more monotonous, really heavy, dissonant stuff. Back then, I liked them more, I must say. But that's what I sort of took from them, like, okay, I love Meshuggah, but when I play this kind of rhythms, I want to do more with it, more melody, or do different things with it in my own way. So that was sort of the quest of me, and also from
Drummer.
the other bands, the other guys of Textures, like, hey, let's take this to a different level.
Nice.
And that, of course, you get to experiment and you try to see how far you can go.
Yeah.
And of course you can take it really crazy, but yeah, there's a sort of balance that you can make. Like, okay, you can go really crazy, like Dillinger Escape Plan and that kind of stuff. That's really sick and fast and dissonant and that kind of stuff. But that's not what we wanted either. So as I see it, the more technical you go, the heavier the part of your song can be. So you should use the technical side and the heavy rhythms and the weird rhythms for creating a sort of moment in the song that really needs that chaos. Wow. Yeah.
So where it creates a lot of tension, right?
Yeah. So that the heavy parts and the technical parts has to be functional. That was our main approach there. So like, okay, you can start a rock song, and if the lyrics are about something that happens, and in the end of the song, the lyrics talk about some crazy turn of events, then the music should go crazy as well.
That's
awesome. That's what we always try to keep in the back of our minds. Like, okay, we don't want to be technical and weird all the time. We want to tell a story. We want to have some rock parts, but when it goes crazy, it can really go crazy. Yeah. And sometimes you cannot even hear what's going on technically or with weird kind of rhythms. And that's the fun of it.
Yeah.
So that is the balance that we're always searching for. And sometimes the song is really crazy and there are some ambient parts. And sometimes, it feels more like a rock song and there's not too much crazy stuff going on. Yeah, so that's the balance we always try to find.
That's cool, man. I like how you explained creating a lot of tension based on what the lyrics are doing, too. You know, if there's a section of the song that's chaotic lyrically, that you try to make the music complement that. It makes me think of, like, word painting. Are you familiar with that technique? Where you take like a word that's like scream, for example. Let's say one of your lyrics was the word scream, and so you actually scream, you know, during that. Or if it's saying that you're like, let's say you're singing about descending, you know, from down to the gates of hell. I don't know, but that the music would sound like it was descending, you know, and kind of follow those lyrics. So that's a pretty cool technique.
Yeah, and we sort of worked towards that. We have one song that I think it's the most listened song of Textures by now. It's called Awake, and that has a typical example of that. The first half, roughly, the first half of the song is very rock song, nothing fancy, very straightforward. And the lyrics tell about grief and dark thoughts and just a dark vibe, mysterious. And in the middle of the song there's a switch and the lyrics go, I refuse to pay the ferryman. So to take you to the other side.
Yeah.
Like, I refuse to die, or however you want to call it, you know. I refuse to pay the ferryman. I don't want to go to the other side. And then crazy cool riff breaks loose, and then in the end of the song, some of the chords of the beginning of the song reappear. So that makes it sort of the structure of that song.
Now, do you work with a lot of different time signatures, or do you like to take a simple time signature like 4/4 and do something like Polyrhythms, for example? You were showing like several ways that you can break down rhythm in a simple time signature like 4/4. Now, do you guys get crazy with the time signatures, or do you just more focus on like a simple time signature, as I just had mentioned to you, and then do like polyrhythmic shit?
A bit of both, but our main thing that we do is we use, I call it patterns, but it's like syncopation. And so we keep a normal time signature, just a 4/4 beat, and just add little patterns that reoccur.
Yeah.
And with that, you can make it really simple or really difficult like that. But the backbeat of the drums stays 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2.
Yeah, you're getting crazy with the rhythm on the guitar. That's pretty awesome, dude. Now, do you guys work on your dynamics? Do you like to create like an emotional roller coaster, or is it consistently just one particular vibe throughout the song that you guys focus on? How do you approach that when you're writing?
Dynamics in our way is mostly playing with different sounds. So we also have synthesizers, so you can make really ambient parts without drums, without heavy guitars, just synths and guitar melody, that kind of stuff.
So do you approach it like telling a story? You kind of mentioned that a little bit in the beginning.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm asking is because if you're starting out where it's like you're already up here at this level, then you begin like that, then there's really nowhere to go to, bring dynamics, and you can only bring it down and then bring it back up and go through like a wave. So do you guys do that kind of stuff?
In some songs, but not so much. We were more from the more like extreme dynamics, that there's something very heavy and then it stops all of a sudden, then it's just serene part going on, and then
there you go.
Then
that's what I was.
We have some songs that comes and goes in waves, you know. But the extreme dynamics I like a lot, and you can still do so much with it.
Well, how do you feel about space, like in rhythm, where the space in itself can be a technique? You were talking about syncopation earlier, whether you're playing on the upbeat or whatever. How do you feel about leaving space, using that as a technique in itself? I mean, how would you approach that?
That's a good one, because you have a lot of bands that just play with cool rhythms and patterns, and the band is always playing. There's always kick accents. There's always a backbeat. There's always guitars going on. Like there's no silence in the guitars or in kick drums. So sometimes it's really also necessary to have a lot of space and
when you back
silences
off a little
in
bit.
Guitars.
Yeah, when you back off a little bit, it adds it makes those heavy parts more meaningful,
Yeah.
Almost like a guitar solo. If you start out a guitar solo and you're playing 64th notes, it's really got nowhere to go. So that's when you have to become very tasteful with your riffs and your melody, and focus more on melody and build around that melody, which is, what a lot of people like to do when they solo. At least I do anyway. So you're obviously more of a rhythm guitarist yourself.
Well, I'm thinking of maybe I can grab my guitar here.
Yeah, please.
And show you some example of this kind of riff with a lot of space, if you like.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I think it would be great for the viewers, for you to give an example of how you approach this stuff, because as I had mentioned, it's incredible. Can I ask you something before you get into it about your gear? What are you playing through right now?
Well, I'm playing my Mayonnaise Regius Core. That's a new model of Mayonnaise. Awesome sounding guitar. And I'm playing through a Quad Cortex, which I have here in my desk.
Is that through Neural DSP?
Yes.
Go ahead, dude.
Nice.
Play away.
All right. Well, I'll just play the riff once. It's a long riff with some notes and a lot of silences. So that's the main thing. It's from the album Dualism of Textures. So I'll just play along, and I'll show you how the riff is constructed. So that is one loop of the riff.
Sweet,
so
man.
It's a long riff with a lot of variations, but also, as you hear a lot of silences.
Yep, space, yeah.
So that's what I like a lot. Also, when you play this live, and especially in a hall or in a big hall, you know, you have the low notes, da da da, da da da. That you hear that reverberating throughout the hall. That's what I like with that kind of grooves. Is
that's sick, man. Now, if you were counting that, how did you approach it? Because in your lessons, I noticed that you had a particular diagram that you were using to help people understand the way that you were teaching. Can you explain that a little bit, Bart? How did you come up with that whole diagram, please?
Well, the way we construct riffs, there's a very simple notation. So maybe this riff is not really good to explain that, but this riff is just based on one accent and two accents. And that's just shifted across a lot, you know. If I just have this 1, 1, 2, that's how I see it. 1, 1, 2. And you can place that anywhere in that groove.
That's awesome.
For example, so just before the beat, just after the beat, there's a lot possible there, and it's just a little pattern as I see it. 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. And then you can play around with that. But maybe it's good to show an example of how our philosophy is with this kind of patterns.
Yeah, definitely. I have one real quick question for you. With the rhythm like that, did you write it down like, you know, in terms of like mathematical? How did you come up with that, if you don't mind me asking, Bart?
Well, this exact riff was not made by me. This was by Jochem. But yeah, it's constructed in a way we write a lot of our riffs, actually. How do we explain this to each other? It sounds cool, but how do you count it? Okay. In this case of this particular riff, we just wrote down the variations. And then it's a matter of playing together and finding out where it's exactly placed. But you just write it down like 1, 1, 2, like a 1 and a number 2. And 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, just as a separate number. And in a way, it's a simple pattern, so that is easy to play. It's not physically, it's not that difficult. It's just thinking of where to place it. That's what makes it
difficult. At the same time, that space makes that riff heavy, though. Even though it's simple. I keep mentioning your diagrams that you were showing during your creative rhythm course. I still am a little confused on that, but. Okay. I'd be glad for you to explain it right here.
First, I take one step back and show you how we started with it. Just playing with numbers, you know. And numbers, I mean multiple numbers in a row and that repeat, that's a pattern, right?
Right.
So this is a very basic beat. Just kick drum, that's a snare drum, and these are the hi-hats. If I think of a pattern, for example, a 1 and a 2. Visually, I can already see this is one bar with 16th notes, of course. So this would be 16 kick drums, right?
That's the kick drum that you just dragged all the way across there?
Yeah. But I'm going to just play with 8th notes for now. Just for the overview, very, very simple. Well, maybe make it twice as long, just so I can have
how many measures?
Pattern 2 measures, yeah.
You're just gonna loop it? You're just looping it?
Yeah, like that. So this is the 2 measures I'm working with. Now, if I look at this is number 1, and then 2 kick drums, 1 kick drum, 2 kick drums, 1 kick drum, 2 kick drums, and 1 kick drum in the end. Oh, you don't see it. Wait.
And now you're changing where the accents are, right?
Yeah.
But you're still
So
keeping
this
that
is
same 1, then 2, 1, then 2, but changing where
yeah.
the accents lie.
So there's one kick drum and then an eighth note rest, 2 kick drums and the eighth note rest, you know? And so that's the pattern. 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, and it ends with 1. So here it sort of corrects the rhythm because it has to start with 1 again.
Right, yeah, that's...
So that sounds like this. So that's how we started in the early days. Like, okay, just make a pattern which has the number 1 and the number 2. And between those numbers, there's one eighth note rest. And then, yeah, try to play along with just that kick drum. So it sort of loops.
Yeah.
It feels a bit like a corn riff now, you know, because
Yeah.
it's just 2 measures. That's one way of starting with a little pattern, which is just 1, 1, 2, as I see it. So if I say, okay, we're going to do something with 1, 1, 2, I'll just write down only this. Do you see this?
Yeah, I see the 1, 2 right there.
1 and a 2. Yeah. So 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. That's just really simple way of explaining it and showing it to the rest of the band.
Awesome.
Of course, you can go on with this rhythm until
Get really crazy with it.
Yeah. But what about what I see with a lot of bands, and what I try to avoid a bit? You can, of course, just write stuff down like, let me say, 1, 1, 2, a 4, a 2, a 1, a 4, whatever, you know, just random. Like, I don't even think about it. Okay, write something random down or generate some numbers with a dice even.
Oh, that's
and then
creative.
You can have this. I don't know how it's gonna sound. Maybe it sounds boring, but
It never gets old because you can always come up with something new, you know, and innovative.
only the danger is that it will sound random and machine-like, and it's like, it doesn't have a feel. That groove doesn't feel right, and that's what I'm always searching for. Like, okay, this can be a random pattern, but what is the spark in this pattern? What is the cool thing that makes this groove actually enjoyable? So 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know how it's gonna sound. I'll give you a little experiment. So 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, and it ends with 1, 2, 3, 4. So it doesn't fit within 1 bar, but okay, I don't care. So this is the last note, and I want a rest after that.
You want to come in back in on the 1, right?
Yeah, it doesn't come back on the 1. So okay, I'm gonna
loop it,
duplicate the backbeat endlessly and see where my kick drum ends, if it ends on a logical place somewhere. Here it ends on the 3rd beat. That's not what I want, so I duplicate it again. Hey, here it ends on the snare drum. So this can sound sort of logical.
What beat are you ending off on there?
So this is on a quarter note. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 measures in total. So yeah, it doesn't sound logical, but yeah, let me see if this is a cool groove or not. So that's how I always experiment. It can deliver something cool, or maybe it's just boring.
So
try to count along. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Yeah.
Sweet, dude. That's sweet.
Okay.
It's working. Yeah.
Right.
You're looping around. That's a long phrase.
Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, it feels like a long phrase, but in a way, it's just
Back
this.
to the 1. Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2. So Yeah, I can for sure try to play along with it.
Yeah, let's see you do
how
it.
sounds.
See how you do it.
And I always start with just one note, and from there you can develop it into a
Yeah,
melody.
you just gotta get into the feel. You gotta get the feel
you
of the
can
rhythm.
make a chord progression, but first one note. See how that sounds.
Just get the feel of the rhythm. Oh, that's not bad, man.
Yeah, feels okay, but it doesn't feel like a groove that gets me right away.
Yeah.
So yeah, and with this kind of patterns, you can say, okay, maybe on each of the ones that I see, I play a different note.
Oh, it's pretty.
You know, then you have 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1. And that from there you can develop it.
That started getting kind of cool. Yeah, that's awesome,
right?
Man.
So yeah,
sweet.
And then maybe practice it slower, and then you can. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. You know, that kind of placement, different melody, a different riff on top of it, a slide, do a bend. You can decorate it.
Yeah. That's a good.
Rhythmically, this is a way that we use this kind of little patterns. And this is a quite long pattern. We have a lot with just 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. This is placed with a 16th note backbeat. You can also do triplets and then see 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, with just the 1 and 1, 2. So there's a lot possible there.
So what it seems like to me is you've taken a simple concept and you have broken it down to science, utilizing every possible way that you can use it. That's brilliant, man. It really is.
Yeah, in sort of way. Of course, this started as an experiment, and there's no formula to do this. So when I made my course, I was like, okay, let's try to just see if we developed some kind of system. We don't know what we're doing. We're just having fun with numbers and weird rhythms. But yeah, there is some kind of system going on. It should be, because a lot of the rhythms sound sort of the same. Like there's a connection, even if when you're using just the numbers 1 and 2 or the number 5, there's a sort of groove going on that we like, and people seem to like it. So that's what I try to just write down and dissect in my course. So yeah, you can really practice this, and I do believe that anyone can practice this, not only if you studied music or whatever. No, anyone can count to 1, 1, 2 and until 4. Just a matter of getting it into your system and being able to think of the pattern while there is a backbeat going on. And that it can sound really crazy, but the physical movement is not that difficult. It's just a matter of keeping up with the tempo and sticking to your pattern.
You obviously work with the drum machine a lot, or the drummer, or the metronome, and that definitely helps lock in your timing too. So that in itself is definitely going to improve your playing. I wanted to talk about your creative rhythm course, where people could find it, because it wasn't that easy for me to find. Simply
at creativemusiclab.com.
Okay.
And that has been a community by now, and it's a really nice vibe over there. There's multiple people working on this kind of exercises, and every once in a while I have a group call like this, explaining the exercises, and also if people have questions, they can ask it directly to me, and I will explain just like this. To help the people, like, okay, get into this kind of rhythms or whatever they are. Even when people are writing their own kind of rhythms, okay, you're going the right way. What about trying this and this and that? Yeah, and some super cool ideas come up in that group. So that's really nice platform by now.
All right, Bart, you also do lessons online. How can people find out about that? And kind of how do you do this? Is it by the month? By the hour, by the half hour? And if they're interested in lessons from you, how would they go about getting a hold of you?
Yeah, you can find everything at creativemusiclab.com. Right. And I'm teaching or doing sessions actually with multiple people, also some bands that I have video calls with. All the calls are normally 1 hour, and in that hour you can ask me questions about or your own songs or about songwriting or about this kind of stuff, about rhythm, about constructing your own riffs. And some people are sticking with me for a couple of years now. Every month they do 1 lesson or 2 lessons. That's going really well. So it's really awesome to see that I can help people write their own music and write sort of in this kind of style if they like that.
That's awesome.
It's going really well.
You mentioned songwriting. You also teach songwriting. Do you break it down for them? Like, let's say I was taking a lesson from you, okay, and I'm working on my own tune now. Would you talk to them about the arrangement? Is that what you mean as far as teaching songwriting?
Yeah, so apart from the rhythm stuff, I really like to zoom out at songs, and actually it's on my board here, which I use a lot in my
it comes in
lessons.
Handy. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's very simple list. You see it on a lot of songwriting websites, also for composition, for classical music. The 5 elements of music: melody, rhythm, and harmony. And sound and dynamics next to that, but mostly these 3, you can do so much with it. So what I do a lot, I analyze a piece of music or some demo of someone or a piece of music and see, okay, in this song or in this part of the music, one of these elements is the main character. One of these elements is the main role, the most important. There's always one, sometimes 2, but mostly 1 that is the most important in the song.
Stands out, yeah.
So, for example, "We Will Rock You" by Queen, you have the it's very distinctive rhythm. So it's a song really constructed all with just that rhythm. That's a super characteristic thing of that song. That's a challenge to be able to do that. That challenges you as a songwriter. Okay, I'm going to use just that beat and try to make a whole song around that still feels diverse and nice with dynamics and all of that kind of stuff. So one of the elements is sort of frozen, especially in that song, and plays the main character. And on top of that, all kinds of cool stuff is happening. And there are songs with a melody that's just sticking into your mind, and it doesn't really matter if the drums go fast or slow. You just think about that melody all the time, and that's a cool thing as well. Okay, let's try to make a song with a melody that really sticks in your head. Program some drums, doesn't matter. Find some chords. Yeah, of course, that's a bit more important. But that melody is very important with that kind of stuff. And so you can, with this list in the back of your mind, you can really pinpoint the good parts of your own song or your own demo, or the bad parts. Like, okay, you have your demo here. This is a cool riff. What's happening with the riff? Okay, it's a cool rhythm, but the melody or the scale that you use is a bit odd or doesn't feel right or is too dissonant. Okay, work on the melody, but keep that cool rhythm. That's a simple way of thinking of these elements and pinpointing, okay, what's cool about your song.
I love it. I love it. I love your approach.
Yeah, it's a nice list, and yeah, you can apply it in many ways, as you see right now, but you see it the best if you have an example.
So, all right, Bart. Yeah, I want to thank you very much for sharing this with us, dude. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, man. And it's a pleasure.
Yeah, as I mentioned, this is probably the best course that I have ever seen when it talks about rhythm guitar, and I highly suggest that the viewers at least scope you out and give you a few minutes to check it out, because they're not going to be disappointed, especially if you're especially if you're a serious musician like myself, But so we're going to wrap this up. I got a few rapid fire questions for you. And so they're just, simple yes or no answers, or one word answers, or however you want to answer it. They're just going to be quick. But your favorite textures riff?
Yes. Of course, there's multiple ones. But
Did you play it for us?
Yeah, I could play that.
That would be cool.
So I've got a drum track over here from our new album. And I just soloed the drums. I've got stems of that drum. So I'm just playing along with the drums, so you don't hear... Normally there's synths and vocals cool on top of that. But just the riff is cool in itself. It's from the song Walls of the Soul. And it's played with an octaver, which we never done before, only on this album.
How are you tuned? 440 or...
Yeah.
Okay.
440. And this is just a 7-string standard tuning.
Okay. Dude, that's a cool riff, man. That is definitely sick. I love the bends that you're doing in the octaves. I like that little bend that you're doing on the, with the chord. That's good. Yeah, that sounds sick. Nice.
Yeah, and it's a riff with also the drums. There's just a few kicks, and that's what I like. And in between, you can do a lot of.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Hey, you're nice and busy all over the neck, I like that stuff.
So let's get
I forgot to say also, by the way, that I really, really, really love your playing, man.
Oh, you do, man? Thank you. That's
nice. I saw your videos. It's crazy how you accomplish
upside down
playing like that, man, and so precise and nice, tasty. Really, respect.
I lack in rhythm. I have to admit, I'm weak when it comes to rhythm. That's why when I saw your chorus, I was like blown away. I was like, this makes me want to learn rhythm guitar,
Cool.
I was like, wow, dude, this guy's got his shit together, and I've never seen it explained as well as you explain it. And
cool, man. Thanks.
To where I could actually understand it and relate to it. And I absolutely love it, dude. I really hope that people that watch this really take advantage of the opportunity to scope you out, because they're not, like I said earlier, they're not going to be disappointed. No matter what style that you do, you can definitely benefit from your course. But,
yeah, and as I said as well, it sounds maybe difficult to learn, but I do believe anyone can learn this kind of playing on this kind of rhythms. It's just starting with the simple stuff and build it up.
A couple more of the rapid fire, and then we'll wrap it up, and we'll take it from there. So
cool.
I think I already know the answer to this. Groove or complexity?
Groove.
Definitely, right?
Yes.
Your favorite odd time signature?
12/8.
12/8. Cool.
Yeah, because you can go many ways with that.
Most underrated rhythm guitarist?
Well, he's a lead guitarist as well, but Devin Townsend.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I like what he does with riffs, and of course he's a great lead player as well. But yeah.
So we just asked about the most underrated rhythm guitar player. I'm curious as to who your favorite rhythm guitarist is.
I guess Fredrik Torndal from Meshuggah.
Of course, right? And what rhythm player changed your perspective? Would it be Meshuggah again?
I guess, but also the newer bands like Animals as Leaders.
Oh yeah,
blow my mind. And like, how can you come up with that kind of stuff? When I hear it, it's like, okay, I think I could write this down, but it's still really, really next level. So yeah, that's
awesome. Studio writing or live performance?
Studio writing for me.
Cool.
I love playing live, but studio writing, I really get in the zone for months, and I really love that feeling.
I could see that you would do that, especially with the way that you approach. You were showing us in Cubase how you come up with really cool rhythms. So you're like a mad scientist, locked in your studio. What still makes rhythm exciting for you?
Even with the simple concepts, you can be busy with that like forever. Sometimes I think like, okay, now I've got all this kind of concepts and this kind of numbers and rhythms. There must be an end to this, but there's always new ideas popping in my head, or with experimenting I can come up with new stuff and surprise myself, So yeah, that's really my thing for myself. So even if I don't have a band and do not play live, I will still be doing that, I'm pretty sure. So it's an endless well of
all you need is a drum machine, and you don't need the rest of the band. You're good to go, right?
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Yeah, dude. This has been a lot of fun. I want to thank you sincerely for your time, Bart.
See you.
Take care.